I was. I could defer to my colleague Trevor Mallard if you're willing. No, it's all right. I'll go. Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman. No, just sit down and I'll take the call.
I've given the call to Phil Twyford.
Yeah, he can sit down. You still get another 3.
Order. Members stand up and seek the call. It's perfectly within purview of the chair to call who's the next speaker. I'll call on Phil Twyford. If Phil Twyford doesn't want to take the call, he can sit down. I'll call again.
Mr. Chair.
Phil Twyford.
Yes, I would be prepared to yield to you.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Mallard.
Mr. Chairman, I want to thank the member for yielding for me in order that...
Order. This is too cute by half. That is not a yield. The call is to Phil Twyford. If Phil Twyford, I give the member one last chance. If the member does not take the call this time, third time, it's gone. Phil Twyford.
Chair.
Point of order. Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Chairman, can you explain to the House how a member asks seeking and being yielded to, which is not a usual habit in the House, but is one which has occurred on a number of occasions in the past, why you have ruled that out? Is it again, I've been discussing with people recently, changes in standing orders in the last 20 years, and there have been some. And it may be that yielding is no longer available, but could someone please explain, could you explain to me why you ruled that was out of order?
Can I draw the member to Speaker's Rulings 59/1? And it's consistent with my understanding that yielding is where there's an interchange between the members over an issue. And one member says, would you like to yield to me and I'll explain or take it up. It's an interchange, a contest between two interjecting over ideas, and one yields to the other so they may carry the point. This is simply not that particular case. The fact is the member was speaking and at the end of the member's call, Phil Twyford, a number of other members called, and I thought the member had made his point. It's up to me to consider the point of the speech. The member had gone round and round over several points, and I thought he had made every point he is going to do and was going to continue to plough up and down exactly the same part of the paddock. The chair was looking forward to some fresh information and was ever optimistic we were going to get a fresh speech, so I gave the call to Phil Twyford. Now, I say to members, if the honourable member, Phil Twyford, does not want to take the call, it's given him a third time, I will not call him for the rest of this debate. Now, Phil Twyford.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's a powerful incentive to take this call, and that is exactly what I'll do.
Member asked for it after all.
And I will do my best to plough a fresh corner of the paddock.
Very good. I look forward to it.
I did.
It's really good because Annie just rang me.
I did. With a furrowed brow. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we're now, sir, debating clauses 1 and 2, the title and the commencement, and this is a moment in the debate when traditionally we can recap and explore some of the broad themes in relation to this bill. And the title of this Act is the Governor-General Act 2010. And I think by now colleagues in the House will be clear that Labor's position on this bill is that we support the passage of this bill. We spent a considerable amount of time debating Keith Locke's whether Keith Locke's supplementary order paper should be debated. That would have seen the insertion, if it was adopted, would have seen the insertion of a mechanism for electing with a 75% majority of this House future Governor-Generals, Governors-General. And we've, I think, traversed the ground quite well that we're in favour of the streamlining, bringing transparency and clarity to bear around the arrangements for remuneration for the Office of Governor-General, and that Labor supports these measures, that we see it as an overdue reform. It's a modernisation of the arrangements, amending the Civil List Act, establishing its own legislation to deal with these matters, recognising the importance of the Office of the Governor-General. and updating and modernising, for instance, the definition of family and the way that the family is recognised in the payment of the annuity for the Governor-General, and the payment for when the Governor-General has left office. So all of those things, sir, we support. We think they're sound, but we believe that at this moment we could go further. That this House could go further, and that now is the time when we're debating the status and the arrangements around the office of the Governor-General, that this would be a great time for the Parliament to lead a national conversation about the future of the office of the Governor-General. And Keith Locke's SOP took us some way down that track towards considering how the Governor-General is appointed, but ultimately I think we need to be having a debate as a country about the future status and arrangements for our head of state. Now, this is called the Governor-General Bill, and when it's enacted it will be called the Governor-General Act 2010. It could be called the Governor-General Modernisation Bill. It could be called the Governor-General Transparency Bill. It could be called the Arrangements for the Partners and Spouses and Family of the Governor-General Bill. And I think we're indebted to the Honourable Trevor Mallard for ploughing the paddock, as you put it so eloquently, Mr. Chairman. Trevor Mallard really shed light on. He really shed light on the possibilities under this bill for future polygamous Governors-General to be adequately catered for by this legislation. And I think in our multicultural modern New Zealand, that's only appropriate that the law should recognise that. So, sir, the other possible names for this bill, the Governor-General Bill, could be the tidying up of arrangements around the Governor-General's remuneration, but without really having the kind of the vision and the appetite for comprehensive reform in thinking through the long-term future of the Office of Governor-General, or the arrangements that we have for selecting and appointing future heads of state. So I'm going to leave my contribution there.